Hi, everyone. This is Freebird Spirit YouTube channel. Thank you for coming and hanging out for a bit. Um, my name is Debbie, and today we are doing another deep dive. And today's subject is Christy Noem. And uh, interesting characters we have in charge of things, right? Holy moly. So, Christy was the former governor of South Dakota. Okay. And now, of course, currently serving as Secretary of Homeland Security. She really became public when some of her controversial immigration policies and taking pictures and photo ops. It's like a big photo shoot. And if you really critique some of these photos, you're like, what is she doing holding that gun that way, or whatever she's doing? But the one that really got her in the limelight was when she took a picture of herself in El Salvador in front of the prison. It was horrid, and I think it's against the law. I don't think you're supposed, but I guess, being in another country, maybe it's different. I don't know, but you're not allowed to do that. But there she was. Anyway, so she really has a hard stance, and she really, and like I said, it's like everything's a photo shoot, and very media centric, and so I don't know, it's bizarre to me, but she really is all about this showing the administration's hardline stance on immigration. So that's what we keep hearing, and so forth. So during her trip to El Salvador, she recorded it. Not only did she have pictures, but she also recorded a video where she messaged out to potential illegal immigrants these consequences. And I wrote down the quote here. If you do not leave, we will hunt you down, arrest you, and you will end up in a Salvadorian prison. And just all like, and horrid. Because as you and I know, these aren't hardened criminals. They're not criminals at all. And some of them are illegal, and we don't know if the others are not, because they didn't get due process. So you have that, but she takes these hard stances and she says all these things. So yeah, so the main concerns are about the due process, the violations of that, and the conditions of the prison. Of course, it's a concentration camp, as you know, and this is more, it's human trafficking, it's kidnapping and human trafficking. Call it like it is. That's what it is, and that's what she's involved. So we kind of want to know how this is going to turn out for her for being involved in this. All right, so I want to take a look at that. So let's kind of look at her overall energy, and kind of see where it's going, and then her outcome. And we may want to do the same thing as we did in the last deep dive, where we kind of looked at it a little bit monthly and kind of see where it starts to fall apart for her. Because it seems to be a theme in all these readings. It's like, okay, it's status quo, they're doing their thing, it's horrible, horrible, and then all of a sudden there's a big fall apart thing. So let's take a look there. But first, I'm cold. Let's look into her energy. see what anything that we can be just told here. I don't know. It feels like I don't know. Has she been ill? I feel an illness around her. So I don't know if it's her or someone around her. She's very wounded. Okay. So what she presents out here is different, but I feel like there's a massive mind, body, spirit wounding here. Uh, this is an interesting direction that I was taken with her. I didn't expect that. But there's so, we all have trauma, we all have wounding. So we play it out different, and this is how she's doing hers. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pause this and throw the cards, and then we're going to dive in and take a look. Okay. All right. Poof, quite the cards that were flying out of here. And then I'll end it with this story that came out. The cards just kept coming in regard to that story. But anyways, we'll get to that. Let's start here. We're going to start like in the immediate today kind of current energy with her. So we can take a look here. We are starting off quite strong. We have 5 of swords, 9 of swords, and the 2 of swords. So lots of swords around her. So you can see that with this combination, we're looking at massively manipulative behavior. Master manipulator here, and moral question around her, and that is. These are spot on, okay? And this is a double down on her stance. We have trying to win at all costs, posturing, but it does isolate her further. Like she's not, like, almost like she can't go anywhere. Definitely just not popular at all, right? I feel like this is causing a lot on her, especially with that 9 of swords there. So that just shows that massive anxiety. You get that. There's also some shame and guilt there, fear of being found out fully, but energetically haunted, I think. Even if she, by the decision she's making, the things she's doing, it's haunting her. Even though she may never say it or whatever, it is. The things that she's doing is haunting her. You can't, this combination, you can't get away from that. You have, there's a reckoning coming for her with this combo, but this is what she's feeling right now. And that 2 of swords it could be avoidance of, one or denial of wanting to deal with, wait, yeah, it's backwards, to deal with this. It could be, just, trying to deny, she's stalling, pretending that everything's fine, but internally she's not feeling great. Just really under massive pressure and stress and all the above. So she's feeling it. This is her world, but she has to act as if, right? That 5 of swords, that manipulator, and like that. There feels a very toxic illusion to this, very toxic illusion to her behavior. And when I think of her and see her, you can see that it makes sense. These cards make sense. And this is like she needs to face herself in all this this blood is on her hands, and we're going to see that in these cards. And so this is haunting her, but she has to play as if. Okay. So we're looking at this combo now on, she's coming out of this energy. So you have the Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Temperance coming in here. And so she's kind of, this is where she kind of began, and really showing her, like, I have to just get in there as if, even though she doesn't have all the qualifications, or whatever, she has to play this role. But interesting with that, I don't know why it keeps getting blurry. Sorry, guys. With that temperance and just trying to keep that balance, so to speak. And so, all right. What else are we seeing here? I think that's it on that, the most recent. So she just comes in like that. She has to, trying to strike that public stance there as well. Power plays. Yeah. It also points to being ruthless. That combination of the Page of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. She had to come in and just play the ruthless. And it also shows with that Page of Swords that she's being watched, right? Because she's not, you know what I mean? There's a lot going on with that card. I'm not sure. She has to be defensive, hypervigilant. And it also talks about, yeah, whatever, all the things. But the whole vibe here is being exposed, but needing to be composed. And she's cutthroat. And this is a political climb. And she'll do whatever it takes to get there. So that's kind of what that's showing in the recent past. So then we're gonna go to another part of current energy, but not like that other that really that's in her inner circle, like inner being circle. This is just kind of current energy around her. You have that Seven of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles there. And you can see that she's holding her ground, obviously, pushback, maybe with all the feedback she's getting. She has to, that's her. But she's not winning, right? So you have that Nine of Swords there. This is taking a toll on her. And her cruelty is taking a toll on herself, which it should. And then you have that Seven of Pentacles coming in, and it's like it's not actually giving her what she had hoped for. This whole everything. She's frustrated. Was it worth it? All that she's done, and then she put herself in such a bad position. Has it been worth it? And her hopes for whatever kind of future she was hoping for is fading, I think. Her role in this is making it fade. And we're looking at her a near future coming in here. And you have the Four of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Knight of Cups there. And the Four of Swords, interesting, is that forced, like being forced to retreat. And it could be health issues. And I, when we were stepping in, I thought, is she okay? Is she sick? Is there something going on? Or is it someone else around her? But I think it's her. There's something with that. Not sure what it is. But it's gonna force her into some making decisions. But she's hesitant about doing it. She may refuse. She just doesn't want to deal with it or whatever. It could be all about a reckoning that she just is trying to avoid altogether, because it is coming, you guys, down the pike. She's attempting here to rebrand herself. Yeah. So the overall vibe here is, the storm doesn't end, but she tries to hide or recover. And she may be pushed towards like a moral pivot here, or try to feign one or whatever with this. But yeah. All right. So that's what it looks like with that. And looking at the story that came in here, she was feeling stuck where she was at. You have debt and strangulate, like just feeling just really stuck where she was at, and in debt to something. But she moved into, we have surveillance and trapped coming in. And so she started to do this job where the border issue job, surveilling, spying and trapping people. There's a lot of blood on her hands because of this. Greed. There's some because of greed. But I see justice coming. But a lot of money and secrets and death going on underneath this. We're not seeing the whole picture of, this, and I keep going back to the human trafficking. So I think it's more than what we think. And I think that is something that she's seeing. So that's kind of it on that story. Forgot the cards. This is where she's going to end up. It's not only, I feel like it's not only destroying her plans and her goals of rising in the ranks. Maybe she wanted to be president. I don't know. Not only is that not going to happen, I feel like she may see some jail time. She's done there's some illegal stuff here that she got involved with. I don't know that she wanted to, but she's there. So that is coming for her down the pike. All right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. We are at 20 minutes. I think we've got a pretty good idea of what's going on with her. Because that was quite the cards, and really brought that understanding. So interesting. I'll have to, obviously we'll check back in and maybe on one of the shows where we're doing lots of a live show, we can kind of take a look again. But interesting. I'm interested to hear about what you guys think. And when you saw the cards, what did you feel? And what do you feel and know already? I know, you're all intuitive and do this as well. So I'm curious to know what you're seeing and feeling as well. Because I had no preconceived, except I thought it was horrid what she did, what she's doing as far as what we are seeing that she's doing. So I was curious, but I'm curious to know what you guys get as well. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for your support, all the likes and subscribes and all that. You know the gig. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the donations and supporting the channel. That means everything, keeps everything going. So I appreciate you. And thank you, members. Love you. And also, yeah, I guess that's it. I just heard, don't forget to shine your light. So love you. Shine your light, you guys. And we'll see you next time.